Hello everyone, it's Elizabeth and I'm here in my art loft, and today I have the flip through of my Fire and Ice book, which I've shown on a few places in Facebook. This is the front of it. It has oranges and blues, of course, and you can see that it has some little detail blues. You can see that. And I've made a fringe for it, as I call it. When I sew my signatures in, I let the threads hang out the back, and I've put on some paper beads and some glass beads, and that just hangs down the back of my book. It's hard to show that since it's on the side, but they don't get tangled up much. I mean, that's something that I thought they might do, but if you have them weighted down pretty well, you can just kind of hold them out like that and they'll untangle pretty much by themselves. Anyway, that's the back of the book. And I did that so that I could see all the beautiful papers that I've used. And each of these braids across here are what hold the signatures in, because I've brought the threads from the bottom. I actually looped over this one with the bottom thread and then took 2 threads up to each one and came out and around that thread, the braid there, and went to the next one. So it's like a like sewing across, what do we call those? Anyway, sewing on cords, like a normal book is made. Okay, so we'll open it up and see what's inside. I took all of those 3 braids there and took them through the middle of the cover and then out the front. And at the front, I brought all the orange ones together, all of the light blue together, and all the dark blue to make these braids that are used to open and close the book. Well, yeah, open it if it's closed, I guess. So when we scoot this over, the thing that's nice about this, we have a very flexible spine so that you can lay things flat. Anyway, this is all about the paper. It was originally going to be a steampunk junk journal type book, and so I did some cogs and some keys and created some from some blue stuff that I had, and made some cogs and keys, and those are used in on some of the papers. But then I got to making beautiful papers without them, with just the blues and oranges, so I decided to call it the Fire and Ice book. And what I've done is I've taken the pages, which are 14 inches by 12 inches, and I've cut them down so they're 8.5 inches high, and each page is 5.5 inches across. So that makes 11 inches total if you count the front and the back as it's sewn in. And so I had extra, so I folded it over in most cases. And in this case, I folded it over and I glued on another piece of a different print so that it went with what this was up against. And there's plenty of room if you're wanting to write in the book. I was thinking of this as a journal, that you can write on these pages if you've got a ballpoint pen. Pencil works, but you probably wouldn't be able to see it with all the junk that's on there. I mean, all the good stuff, yummies, that's what it's called, that are on there. But you could still, and there are lots of white pages that you can write on as well. So some of the pages I folded over and made into, added an extension so that it would be a full page. Some of the pages I did not fold over, just tore off the edge so it would be even with the 5.5 inches. And some of the pages I actually made pockets and put in an extra piece of gel plate print. So in each signature there are 6 original gel prints that were 14 by 12 and are now 8.5 by whatever. And there's also one roll-off sheet, and that's what this is a roll-off sheet that I had gotten creative with, and I really like the way it looks. Plus I like the texture that I got with it. You can, I don't know if you can feel it. Y'all can't feel it. I can feel it, but it feels a little well, textural. This one's another flip out, another white sheet, another pocket. And as I said, I had some with keys. You can see there are keys there, and there are cogs here. This was the center one of this signature. Some more of those same keys. This one has a flip out that is actually tissue paper. Actually, it's not tissue paper, it's tracing paper. And I tore that off so that it wouldn't, so it'd be more creative, plus so that it wouldn't get stuck in the edge and crinkle the paper. This is the other side of the roll-off print. I call it a roll-off print because I didn't just roll off things. I kind of put, like the stamp off of the cup rim, I put that in certain places. I made sure I had certain colors in certain places so that it was more exciting than just, you know, dumping the leftovers of your brayer there. I didn't put anything on this one. It's just a flip out. I may have a paper clip to clip to that to, you know, add another little tag or something. I don't know. It's just was for fun. I love that piece of paper. I think that's so pretty. That's one reason I called it Fire and Ice. I think that looks like fire. The next signature. This one's a tissue that I did not shorten, but I might have to shorten if it gets stuck in there. And you do have to be really careful when you're turning that page to make sure that that tissue's down correctly. This one's a pocket. Just plain pocket there. This one I really like too. It has a lot of texture. It has a lot of grit to it. It kind of almost feels like a fingernail file. It's so textured. But I still like it, even though I don't like fingernail files because they always make my back go dirt. I know, weird. I like this one. This one has a lot of, you see the, I don't know if you can see the sparklies in that or the, isn't it pretty? Just with the grid. That's what's done with the thing that's below the, you know, I showed you that piece of stuff that's used for keeping your carpets or your rugs from moving around. Yeah, that's what I used on a lot of them. It's getting a little stiff with all the paint that's on it. Some more keys. Some more cogs. Whoops, that one's blank. Just a page. Page with keys. Looks like I have several of those there. Maybe I'll put it make one of those another pocket. This one has a normal rubber stamps text that I've stamped off on here. And this side has the text that I had created with my blue rubber stuff that I made it right reading on here so that it will be backwards on the roll-off sheet, because that's when, you know, I've used this on my gel plate and then I stamp it off here to get rid of the excess ink, the excess paint. This one is very, very slick because the blue was a metallic blue. This one's got a lot of stuff going on. It's got a little bit of the grid there. It's got the words there. And then I put an extra piece on to make it a little bit longer. This one I think looks like a volcano. I've seen them on TV. Never saw one in real life, thank goodness. Well, I did see Mount St. Helens, but that was after it had blown its stack, so it wasn't looking like lava. But I think that looks like lava with all the way it looks, almost like it's spewing there. And to make it kind of look like it fits with this other page, I put in one that has circles here, but it kind of fit anyway because this has orange and the blue-green on it. Blank page, keys. Coming to the center of this signature, because at the center of the signature I had a page of keys and then a page of cogs. And those were kind of interesting. This one I've added another page. And this one has a secret pocket back here where you could put something extra in there. And this one's actually kind of a deep pocket because it goes all the way to there. Okay. Another piece of that paper. I think you saw a piece of that paper previously. I was going to keep them away from each other, but then I decided, nope, I like this here. I'll put it right here because I like it. That page. Some more stamp text. Some more lava. Some more grid. This is an added piece. It's a big white inside that you could write anything you want. And then the back side of that. That's the third signature. And you can see how it's apart from the other. I mean, it stays apart. And you can actually put these, the fringes out to the top so that you don't have them in the spine part. So, I mean, you can look at the table in there. I don't know, can you see the table in there? Let me put something white in there so you can see it. Can you see that? Yep. Okay, so the fourth signature. It's got a pocket. And this almost looks sort of like that one, except this one's got a little more blue on it. But they're done primarily the same. I have a video called Making Fire and Ice, which shows how these are done. It's a flip out that is a piece of tracing paper. And this one I just left this little bit folded over because I wanted to be able to open it up and look at the way it looks with it. And then this is one of my favorite pieces of paper here. It has all the different colors on it. Well, lots of different colors on it. And the texture is just unbelievable. Another lava type page, but this one has keys on it. I don't know if you can see those. There's a circle of one. There's the straight line. Here's one with the little thing that goes over here. Reminds me kind of of, you know, rusted keys and so on. And there's some more keys with a flip out. And this one, for some reason, makes me think of like an Indian horse. The ponies that they used to have out in the Old West that were pinto ponies. Yeah. I guess I should say Native American. Lava. Just a page. This one, anytime you have these, the tracing paper page, I mean, if you put something different behind it, you're going to get a different look to it than if you just, you know, have that page. Because you can see through it, of course. Somewhat. Another nice textured page with a large flip out. This one's just white here. Kind of a structural kind of thing. And I left this just plain because this goes well enough with that. I like the little dots here and little dots here. Tracing paper flip out. Fifth signature. Yep, fifth signature. And this is all done with that grid pattern. But it's been like 4 or 5 different colors there because you have the gold and you have the orange and the light blue, and then this last thing is with the dark blue grid that's on there. And a plain little tag that goes in here for you to write on. Some people have said that some of these look like maps, and some of them do look like maps. I mean, some of them look like they might have little islands or whatever. I like this one too. It looks like a paint peeling from something. Another one with grid. I do like that grid a lot, as you can see. This one also has, can you see those circles there? Well, they're there. This one has the words again, very textural. This one has a flip out and a flip out. Some more lava look. Some more cogs. And yes, this one does have keys on it. I don't know if you can see the little lock that's there. There's a little lock here. There's a key that goes there. It's got the little round things there. And this one has another secret pocket or secret tuck in here where you can put in something and it doesn't fall out. Alright, okay. Another textural page. The roll-off are usually textural. This side's not so much, it's kind of smooth, but this side is, the other side's rather very textural. Circles, tracing paper, blank page, and then the final signature, which I think looks like trees. I mean, that looks like trees growing, and that was done with using torn paper mask on the gel print. It also has some of the grid, you can see. There's a nice little taggy thing. Some more of the words. Another roll-off sheet. Pretty. Grids. Keys. See those keys? And cogs and more keys and nice little thing. Flip out. Another secret pocket where you can put something in there. Another lovely roll-off sheet. Oops. There we have more words. A clock. This is a clock, see, 12, 9, 6, and 3. And then another flip-out sheet, and that's the end of it. And then the back page. Last page, the butterflies, and on the back you have more butterflies. And that's it. That's all there is to that book. But it looks good from the front, I think, because you see all the different colors, and you can still see the back spine of all the pretty colors when you don't have the fringe in the way. And then it's, I forgot how wide it is. I think it's 2 1/4 or 2 1/2. Let's see, 1, 2 1/2, yes. 2 1/2 inches wide, or deep. It's 5 1/2 inches wide, that long. And there you have it. That's all there is to the Fire and Ice book. Don't forget to watch the making of Fire and Ice. That's the other video that shows you how I actually did the gel prints that made these pages. And that one has a sign up that you can sign up for a giveaway. And the giveaway is for a little book that I've made that's supposed to be a little bit steampunky, but isn't that much. It could be used for all kinds of things. You could put something in it. You could write your deepest, darkest thoughts and memories and whatever. It's been nice showing this to you. I hope you liked it. If you want, you may subscribe, thumbs up, comment, you know, share if you like, whatever it takes. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye now.